Hello, telehealth, and how's everybody doing today? Today, for dietary facts, what we're going to speak about is meal prepping. A lot of people want us to know, what is meal prep? Well, meal prepping is a dedicated block of time, okay, to cook ingredients or prepare full meals for the week ahead to make feeding yourself and your family much easier each day. So it's a block of time that we go, I don't know, maybe 2 hours of full non-stop cooking in the kitchen, and you'll prepare it in these Tupperwares. So from Monday through Friday, all you have to do is take one of these Tupperwares out the fridge, pop it into the microwave, and dinner is served. Yes. So let's go on with how this is done the proper way. All right? Now, people wants to know, what is the difference of meal prep and meal planning? Okay? They might sound real similar, but they're two different definitions. So here we go. Meal prep is the process of setting aside a block of time to prep ingredients and or cook meals for the week ahead, while meal planning asks and answers the question of what's for dinner. So, meal prep has a lot more to do of preparing dinner, as opposed to meal planning is just a simple question of what's for dinner. So, it is said, if this is new to you guys, don't try to make a million different meals all at once, because you'll probably stay in the kitchen the whole day, all right? So, you guys want to start out simple, easy, ready to do. And as you guys get a hang of meal prepping, then you can go to more lavish dinners, all the things you like to eat. Okay? So, my wife and I, we do this. Well, my wife does this. I just clean the containers. We do this every Sunday. Right after dinner time, right after breakfast time, around 11:30 in the morning, 12 o'clock, she'll start meal prepping. She'll whip out the George Foreman grill for our grilled chicken and our grilled fishes. She'll whip out the crock pot for she can do her pastas or her rice. Okay, and then once the meals are all done, she sets out all her little Tupperwares like so, of course, with the lids off. And due to the fact that I have to measure my food because I'm diabetic, she starts to measure out the food for the week. Now, it might sound like, oh my God, I have to cook so much. But if you have a crock pot or a pressure cooker, this will help you along your journey of meal prepping. If you have a George Foreman grill, another great tool to use to meal prep. It would cut your time in half and less dishes to wash. Well, it says here, try not to prep everything at once. Pick what you like to eat the most and work around that. There is many shortcuts that we can use to meal prep, okay? One that we normally tend to do is we'll go to Stop and Shop and buy a whole chicken that's already cooked. So half the battle is already over. So she'll take the whole chicken rather, and she'll cut it up into fours. Okay? So it will be 1/4 of chicken in each one of these. So boom, half of it's already done. She'll put the pressure cooker in the rice, right? So my lady loves beans and I love them even more, so she'll put the beans right in there. So before you know it, all the meals for the week are already done. Okay? These are the simple, easy tricks. All right? You might want to get one of these. All right? Now these are pretty cool. All right? It tells you all top how many calories per this serving. It's already cooked, and all you have to do is rip it at the seams, and put in each thing. Okay? I would say a half of this is for a meal. So one of these packets could fill 2 of these Tupperwares. All right? In the back over here, some of them comes with different ideas of what to cook, and they have different recipes on the back. Okay? All right, good, very good. Okay, we have, these are very inexpensive, low cost, and it is delicious. You should try to get your hands on one of these. Okay? Okay. Now, it's always good to have a cup of rice with your meals and plenty of vegetables. So what you would like to do is try to take this whole Tupperware and break it into 3s. 1, 2, and 3. All right? Over here, you put your meat. Over here, you put your carbs, and then the rest will be all your vegetables, all right? This will be a well-balanced diet for you guys. All right. Let's continue moving on. It says here, how much time does meal prepping take? It all depends on what you cook and how much you want to cook. If this is your first time at meal prepping, I wouldn't say let's take out the ham, let's take out the turkey, let's take out the rump roast. No, 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 we're not making all that if this is your first time. You got to get a handle of things, okay? Take out your apparatuses of cooking. What makes things easier for you to cook, all right? Pre-cooked, there's nothing wrong with pre-cooked. Or if it's already cooked, if you stop at ShopRite and get yourself a whole chicken, or you get one of these packets, there is no rules saying that you can't do it. Just make sure that what you buy is healthy for your diet, okay? All right. It says there's no right or wrong answers about just how much time you should block off. But to be successful, keyword successful, it's a good idea to clearly block off a set amount of time so your attention can be totally focused on your prepping session. Yes, we sacrifice one day of the week to prep all this food. So Monday through Friday, food is already done. You have more time for yourself and you get to experience a better quality of life. All right. So if you overcook and you don't have a handle of this, this is called the meal prep burnout. And yes, it's true. What happens if you pull out all these things and you start going and going and going and you're really not too focused or just haven't had a handle on meal prepping, half the food might not turn out as successful as you want. So start off easy. And as you see a handle, that you got a good handle and you rock and roll in the kitchen, then you guys could go to more technical meal prepping, all right? Okay, so what it says here are some tricks. I probably must have mentioned 1 or 2 of them. But remember, your meal prep session is about making life easier. The reason why we want to make life easier, because there's no point to make it harder. Remember, we're working smarter, not harder. Okay? It says here, remember your meal prep session should make your life easier. That goes for both the week ahead and the meal prep session itself. That means relying on appliances like your Instant Pot or your slow cooker, George Foreman grills. All right? Picking up some smart groceries, shortcuts such as already cooked chicken, these little packets of tuna. Remember, you always want to go for wild caught. Wild caught is better than farm raised fish. The reason why, farm raised fish doesn't have as much nutrients as wild caught. All right? And this is ready to go. I might have this for lunch right after this. Okay, so you pull out your pressure cooker. You put the rice in there. Wapow! You cut up your chicken that you just bought from Stop and Shop. Okay, you take the bag salads. You take them out. You rinse them. you clean them up. And then from there, all you have to do is serve. Take one of these bad boys, chicken, carbs, protein, carbs, and vegetables, all right? Scoop out some rice, take a thigh, and take your salad. Boom, wow. What my girl does is in between each part, she takes a paper towel and she folds it. Because sometimes I get a little picky. And she'll put it between each portion that all I have to do is pull them out and there you go. Meal is ready to go. All right. What's another thing I should say? Meal prep is the way to go, guys. All right. Who wants to stay at work for 8 hours and then come home and then you have to defrost your meat? You have to prepare. And before you know it, it's 8 o'clock, your meal is done and you don't want to do nothing for the rest of the day. All right, so I highly suggest, go on the computer. I will be putting some recipes up on the Facebook and find what works for you, okay? If rice is not your thing, we have pasta, okay? If pasta is not your thing, a piece of bread. We need the carbs. Carbs break down into sugar, fuels the energy of the body that you need. Okay, protein, needed for the muscles, all right? So, carbs, protein, and veggies is the way to go. All with portion control, okay? Portion control. So, meal prepping will make life so much easier. Find a good time throughout your week when you have enough time to focus on the delicious food. For the rest of the week, you're on easy street. With that being said, guys, remember, pandemic is not eradicated. It's still here and is coming back stronger. So continue to wear the mask. Stay 6 feet apart. Wash your hands regularly. Sanitize. And check out our Facebook. Drop us a comment of things you would like to see in the months to come. With that being said, guys, have a beautiful day.